Warning, Prospect Watch is not your average hockey podcast, and that's okay with us. Our goal is to introduce you to stars in the making from all over the world. They may not be household names yet, but we assure you they will be soon enough. Welcome to Prospect Watch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Prospect Watch, where we talk about all things prospects from all over the world, from all reaches of the world, from all leagues. We cover them all. Welcome to Prospect Watch. I'm your host, Ron Mont, and boy, have we got a very, very special show here for you today, folks. That's right. The CHL versus the USHL Prospect Challenge is happening tonight on the NHL network at 8 o'clock. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the top Canadian Hockey League prospects versus the top United States Hockey League prospects in this game. And boy, howdy, is this going to be some of the best hockey I think we're going to see. This was the second time now that we're going to do this challenge tournament game where there's a game tonight and a game tomorrow between the United States and Canada. This is a great showcase for a lot of these young players that will more than likely be some of the top draft picks this coming spring in the 2026 NHL draft. So, what do you say we jump right in and start talking about some of these rosters and start talking about how these games might go in the next 2 days. This is going to be played up in Alberta, so if you have the opportunity to turn on the NHL Network, please do so. This is going to be some really, really good chance for you to see what some of these prospect players are going to look like and how they're going to play on the national team. Okay. So, since I'm from the United States, we're going to start with the United States first. So, there you have it. Um, Looking up and down this roster, there's a lot of things that have kind of happened to the United States team as far as some of the kids playing in some of the junior leagues with some of the injuries that have taken place and things of that nature. So you're not quite seeing the stacked roster this year for the United States team, but I still think that this team is very, very good, and I think they got some good players up and down the roster on this team, and I think that this is going to be a great challenge for them to play against the Canadian team, and I also think it's they could potentially pull out some victories here as far as I'm concerned. Um, I want to look at some of the players on here. Uh, you got to look at some of the players up and down this lineup here. When you look at the United States team, Brody George, that's going to be a good player. Um, Victor Plant, that's going to be another one. AJ Garcia, that's going to be another good one. Um, Jamie Gallant is another good one. And then you have to look at like Mikey Burchild. That's a great addition to this team here. I really think that's going to be another good one as well. A late addition, Blake Zielinski. That's going to be another player that you're going to need to watch out for as well too. I think he's going to be another good one to take hold of things here too. Um, Brady Noling is going to be one of the goaltenders along with Luke Cathers. These guys both are pretty decent goaltenders. They both have really good winning records. They're both under 3 as far as save percentage. Their goals against are a little high, but we'll see how this goes. They're both respectively at .874 save percentage and .862 goals against. It's 3 and 4, but we'll see how this goes. They're both winning goaltenders as far as that's concerned for the United States. And all you have to do is just look at some of those numbers and you'll see. I mean, it you're playing in a prospect league, so I mean, that's not always the best yardstick here. And then you look down through here at some of these players. You got Wyatt Collier is a point per game player. Okay, that's going to be another one. You got Jamie Gallant. He's at 0.81 per game player. So there's some guys here that are going to be some tough matchups, especially like Sammy Nelson for the Canadian team. So that's something you're going to have to look out for as well too. But all in all, though, I think this is going to be a really good matchup for the United States versus the CHL. So, speaking of the CHL, what do you say we take a little gander and let's try to get to that. And yeah, there we go. All right, this is the Canadian roster for this 2025 CHL versus the USHL Challenge on the NHL Network. Both games are at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Please tune in and check this out. We just recently covered the United States roster, so now we're going to cover the CHL roster here as well too. And if you look up and down, you're going to see some potential names here. Alessandro Delorio, I think he's going to be one from the Serena Sting you need to look at. Beckham Edwards is another one from the Serena Sting you need to look at. J.P. Hubler, we talked about him on the show with the prospect Don and also Russ Cohen. So he's going to be another one you're going to have to look at as well too. There's quite a few guys on here. Ryan Robruck, he was another guy that we talked about on our prospects to watch as far as with the prospect on and also with Russ Cohen. We talked about that player as well too. So I mean, the Canadian roster is shaping up pretty good. Ryan Lynn on the back end. They also got Daxon Rudolph on the back end. Check that out at Prospect Watch, where we interviewed Daxon Rudolph, and we also did a player profile on him as well too. So be sure to check that out. But they also got Harrison Bottinger and Zachary Jovanowski to backstop them as far as their goaltending. So those are some pretty good goaltenders. They've also added Chase Reed as well on the back end for the Canadian team. So I think this is going to be a really good matchup of prospect versus prospect. I think you're going to see some really good um, you're going to see some really good hockey here as far as the talent level of some of these players. Look, I get it. They're kind of thrown together here for two games and in the middle of the season and everything else like that. And I get it. But it just goes to show you the level of talent that are between both of these two nations and why they are always fighting each other for the gold medal, especially like in the IIHF World Juniors or in the Olympics, which are going to be coming up here real soon, this coming February. So, really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to these tournaments here with these prospects. You got the IIHF coming up here real soon too, at the end of no, or at the kind of the beginning of December. So that's going to be coming up real soon. So be checking for a show for that. We also got some interviews coming up. So be sure to check out some of that. Thank you for tuning in to checking us out here at Prospect Watch. Really appreciate that. Please smash that like and subscribe button if you like what we do. We really appreciate that. You can find us on X at Prospect Watch 23. You can find us as well on our YouTube channel, and you can find us on the website. Be sure to go over there and check that out, rnjmediasports.com. I am your host, Ron Mont. You can find me on X at rnj_media, and you can also check out Prospect Watch at Prospect Watch 23. We will catch you all on the next one, and we'll see you later.